A rare and gripping inside look at one of the riskiest and most emotionally fraught surgical procedures imaginable, separating conjoined twins.
When I went into the hospital, I was expecting one child. They were telling me that when they were trying to pull them out, they felt an arm, and then they felt another arm, and then they felt what they thought was another arm. And then with pulling them out, they realized that they were conjoined twins.
A CIA agent confessed that this footage was classified because it reveals something humanity was never meant to see. This shocking revelation about Abby and Brittany Hensel's lives wasn't just hidden, it was deliberately locked away so that nobody could ever watch it. What could be so extraordinary or unsettling that it had to stay in the dark?
So I get super hot way faster, and there's a distinct red line all the way down. And I'm like legitimately, like my legs are sweating, like everything, like it's awful, and she's fine.
Tune in as we uncover the real reason for the prohibition of this incredible footage that will give you completely disgusting nightmares for years. The twin bond that redefines life. The newly leaked footage shows moments of their everyday life, but these aren't just any everyday moments. From brushing their teeth to driving a car, everything requires a level of synchronization.
But we have 2 licenses, and when we got our driver's license, we each had to take the test. We both passed, obviously.
That's out of this world. Abby and Brittany are dicephalic parapagus twins, which means they each control one half of their shared body. Imagine, one twin manages the right side, the other the left. It's not just about moving, it's about perfect in-sync coordination at every single moment. Sounds exhausting, doesn't it? But wait, because there's more. Before we delve into this, it's clear that what this footage reveals goes far beyond what we thought was possible, and it won't be the only thing that leaves you speechless. The footage doesn't just show these girls living their lives, it hints at something darker. A health scare looms on the horizon, something that's been hiding in plain sight. They've managed to make it this far, beating the odds every single time, but the cracks are beginning to show. It's a reminder that no matter how strong someone appears, no matter how perfectly coordinated, there are always unseen threats lurking just beneath the surface. The footage makes it clear. Something's wrong, and it could be the biggest fight of their lives yet. They share a lot, their liver, intestines, and a diaphragm. Just one issue with any of these shared organs could spell disaster. The footage doesn't explicitly say what's happening, but it's enough to make anyone worry. Could their bodies be struggling under the constant strain of sharing? These twins have spent every waking moment working in harmony, but sometimes the body has other plans. How long can a shared heart or a shared liver continue to support both of them? It's scary to think about. Throughout their lives, they have had to learn everything from scratch, but together. Crawling was a team effort, walking took even more practice, and now driving. It's the pinnacle of their teamwork. In the leaked footage, you see them behind the wheel, with one controlling the pedals and the other handling the steering.
Abby is control of the gas and the brakes, and then we both steer, obviously, and then I'm in charge of the clicker.
This kind of cooperation isn't just impressive, it's almost superhuman. But as you watch, there's this uneasy feeling that something's off. You start to notice the little details, the moments where they pause, the hint of discomfort in their expressions. They've got so used to living life in sync, but now it seems like that harmony is at risk. Let's be real for a second. Living like this is more than just physically exhausting. It's emotionally draining too. The footage gives a glimpse into their emotional world, showing moments of joy, frustration, laughter, and tears. It's a roller coaster, one that never seems to stop. They've got 2 very distinct personalities. One is more serious, while the other is the free spirit. And as charming as that dynamic is, it's got to be tough when you can never walk away from an argument. Literally. They have no choice but to reconcile, to compromise, to figure it out. Imagine not even being able to slam the door and storm off when you're upset. Every single moment is shared, whether they like it or not. The shocking part? Even as they're facing this new health scare, they just keep going. In one moment, you see them laughing together. In another, they're getting news that no one wants to hear. The footage suggests that their circulatory system, which operates as a single entity, could be in trouble. This isn't just some mild inconvenience. If something goes wrong, it's life-threatening for both of them. How do you even begin to face something like that? How do you prepare to fight for your life when your body's limits are constantly being tested? And here's the kicker. This isn't the first time they faced life or death situations. When they were babies, doctors considered separating them. But with so many vital organs shared, it was a no-go. The risks were simply too high. So their family chose to support them in every way possible, and they've grown into incredible young women. But it's always been a tightrope walk. The footage shows the raw emotions of those early decisions, the heartbreak, the hope, the fear. And now, those same fears seem to be surfacing again, only this time, there's no easy answer. The next part of the footage shows how Abby and Brittany build friendships and handle both happy and tough moments with the people around them, teaching the world about strength and unity. The footage also dives into how they've navigated their social lives. You might think that being conjoined would make friendships impossible, but they have always been surrounded by friends. They've gone to school, joined sleepovers, played volleyball, even graduated from university.
Graduation is like super exciting, but it's kind of bittersweet at the same time because you want to move on, and I want to be teaching and I don't want to be doing schoolwork anymore.
But of course, being in the public eye brings its own challenges. They've had to deal with people staring, people who don't understand, and sometimes just plain rude people. You can see the toll it takes on them even as they try to brush it off. It's clear that being constantly in the spotlight can be just as exhausting as anything else they've had to deal with. The most inspiring part of the footage, their work as teachers. They graduated in 2012 and decided to become teachers. They worked together, teaching 4th and 5th graders, and their students love them. Watching them in the classroom, you can see how much they care about their students and how much they want to make a difference. But even here, you can't ignore the underlying question: how long can they keep this up? With their health now in question, will they be able to keep living the life they've built for themselves? This leaked footage is a sobering reminder of the fragility of their situation. They have beaten the odds so many times before, but this new threat feels different. There's a heaviness to the video, a sense that maybe, just maybe, things are starting to catch up with them. Their shared body has carried them through so much, but bodies have limits. How long can they continue to defy the impossible? That's the question that lingers as the footage ends. The video ends with the twins reflecting on their path so far, the challenges they've faced, the battles they've won, and the uncertain road ahead. They talk about their hopes for the future, but there's a hint of fear in their voices. They know better than anyone that nothing is guaranteed. Their lives have always been about pushing boundaries, about proving the world wrong, but at what cost? This footage leaves us wondering if the biggest challenge they faced is still yet to come. Watching this footage, it's impossible not to feel a sense of awe mixed with unease. They have done the unimaginable, living their lives in perfect synchronization, navigating the world together in a way no one else has ever had to. But this new health scare serves as a chilling reminder of the reality they face. Their story has always been one of hope, but now it feels like the stakes are higher than ever. How do you keep fighting when the very body that's carried you through life starts to falter? Join us as we explore just what's next for these incredible twins. Will they continue to defy the odds, or is this the beginning of their toughest battle yet? Their path is far from ordinary. Every single day is filled with new tests of endurance, strength, and patience. Their life is like a well-rehearsed dance, each one knowing exactly how to move, when to lift a foot, and how to react to what the other is doing. But the real story isn't just about coordination, it's about the bond they have built, the sacrifices they've made, and the unique challenges they have overcome. Imagine your every decision, no matter how small, having to be discussed and agreed upon. What do you want for breakfast? What shirt are you going to wear today? Everything is a team decision. And while that can be beautiful, the reality is that it is exhausting. It's not just the physical aspects that make their lives challenging. The emotional aspect of being conjoined is an entirely different kind of struggle. They have different wants, different likes and dislikes. Abby might be in the mood for something light for lunch, but Brittany might want a full meal. Yet they have to come to an agreement every single time. Their patience and understanding of each other are extraordinary, and the footage really brings this to life. They share smiles when things go well, but you also catch glimpses of their frustration, moments when their individual desires clash, and they have no option but to find common ground. From their strong bond to how they manage everyday tasks, the next part shows how much Abby and Brittany depend on teamwork to keep going. The strength of shared lives seed. Think about those times when you felt claustrophobic, when someone is in your personal space and you just need some time alone. Abby and Brittany never have that. They're always together, always sharing space, thoughts, and even emotions. The footage shows a moment when one of them is visibly tired, and the other is energetic and ready to take on the day. They have to navigate these moments knowing that one's energy can't just magically lift the other. Their emotional resilience is tested every single day, and while it's inspiring, it's also a stark reminder of how unique and difficult their reality is. Then there's their physical health, a looming issue that no one can ignore. The shared organs have worked so far, but with age, organs wear down. The footage has an eerie undertone as it documents their visits to the doctor. Their liver, a single organ working for two people, has been a subject of concern. Over time, the liver has shown signs of strain. Doctors are keeping a close eye, and it's clear from the footage that there is genuine concern about how much longer it can keep up. It's not something they openly discuss in every frame, but the worry is there, lingering like a dark cloud. Their parents have been a significant part of their path. The footage includes scenes of their mother and father reflecting on the decisions they made when Abby and Brittany were babies. There was a time when separating them was a consideration, but after weighing all the risks, the shared organs, the high likelihood that one or both wouldn't survive, the decision was made to let them stay as they are. The footage doesn't hold back on the emotional impact of that decision. Their parents' voices crack as they talk about those early days.
Now with more surgeries being done with other conjoined twins, you kind of wonder, did we make the right decision?
It's each to his own. Our girls are totally different. They don't have all the body parts to be separated.
The constant fear, the hospital visits, the uncertainty. It's easy to see why they opted for keeping Abby and Brittany together. It was a decision made out of love and the hope that together they could face anything. Despite all this, Abby and Brittany have strived to live normal lives. They graduated, started careers, and have hobbies. The footage takes you through their day as teachers. You can see them interacting with their students, guiding them through lessons.
Morning! How are you? Write some adjectives down. How would you describe yourself?
And most importantly, showing that being different doesn't mean being any less capable. Their students adore them, and it's easy to see why. They bring something to the classroom that no one else can. A lesson in resilience in overcoming the odds.
It's 56. Draw an array for me on your board. 56 is the inside. Yep, so you have to give me two factors. I get 56. 8 and 7. Very good.
But you can't help but wonder, with the health scare in the background, how much longer will they be able to keep up with their teaching career? Their passion is evident, but their bodies may have other plans. The challenge of driving was another significant milestone for Abby and Brittany. The footage highlights just how much effort it took for them to get their licenses. Abby handles the pedals and the gear shifts, while Brittany takes care of the steering. They had to take their test as a team, and each has their own license. Watching them drive is surreal. There's an elegance to it, a clear sign of just how in sync they have to be. But even with something as mundane as driving, there's an underlying sense of fragility. The footage shows them taking turns smoothly, navigating the roads, and there's a moment of pride as they look at each other. Yet you can't shake off the feeling that even this could be taken away if their health continues to decline. One of the most poignant moments in the footage comes when they discuss their independence. Independence is a concept that most people take for granted. For Abby and Brittany, it's something they've had to fight for. They need each other for every aspect of their daily lives, getting dressed, eating, moving around, yet they've managed to carve out their own identities within this shared existence. Abby is often seen taking the lead in conversations, being more practical and methodical, while Brittany is more spontaneous, often adding humor and lightheartedness to their interactions. Their individuality shines through, even when they're doing the simplest things, like choosing what to eat or deciding which book to read to their students. The footage captures these small moments, proof that even in a life so intertwined, they are still their own people. Abby and Brittany have always faced challenges together, but what comes next might be the hardest thing they've ever had to face. A life built on family and resilience. But there's also the unspoken question, what happens if one of them gets seriously ill? It's a question the doctors have always had to consider, and one that Abby and Brittany are very aware of. The footage touches on this topic, albeit briefly. The medical team has always monitored them closely, knowing that if one twin's health takes a turn for the worse, it could mean a crisis for both. The video shows glimpses of doctor visits, medical scans, and the serious faces of their physicians as they discuss potential complications. There's a real fear here, and it's not dramatized, it's just the harsh reality of their situation. The footage also captures moments that are deeply personal, scenes of their family supporting them through their path. Their father is seen talking about the sacrifices they made to ensure Abby and Brittany had the best life possible. He talks about building a special bike for them when they were kids, a custom-made contraption with extra pedals and handlebars so they could both ride together. These moments are touching, showing the lengths their family went to provide them with a sense of normalcy. Their parents' dedication is palpable, and it's easy to see that without this unwavering support, Abby and Brittany wouldn't be where they are today. Another significant aspect captured in the footage is how they've handled public attention. From a young age, Abby and Brittany have been in the spotlight, their unique condition drawing media attention from all over the world. The footage includes clips from their appearances on television shows, interviews, and documentaries. They've always been open about their lives, answering questions that most people wouldn't dream of asking. Yet behind the smiles and the composed answers, there's a layer of exhaustion. Constantly being asked to explain their existence, having to justify their decision to remain conjoined, it's an emotional burden that few can understand. And while they've done an admirable job of handling the attention, the footage makes it clear that it's taken its toll. Their path into adulthood hasn't been without its own set of challenges. Dating, relationships, and intimacy are topics that are often brought up in interviews, and the footage doesn't shy away from it. Abby and Brittany have expressed their desire for love and companionship, but the reality is complicated. How do you navigate a romantic relationship when your body isn't entirely your own? The footage shows them talking about this candidly, their expressions a mix of hope and resignation. It's a reminder that while they've managed to achieve so much, there are still parts of life that remain just out of reach. Abby and Brittany's story is one of resilience, of defying the odds at every turn. But as the footage shows, even the strongest among us have their limits. Their shared body has carried them through so much, but it's clear that the strain is starting to show. How long can they continue to defy the impossible? That's the question that lingers as the footage ends. They've faced every challenge head-on, but this one feels different. This one feels like it could be the biggest battle they've faced yet. Watching this footage, you can't help but feel a mix of admiration and fear. Admiration for all they've accomplished, for the lives they've touched, and the barriers they've broken. Fear for what comes next, for the unknown challenges that lie ahead, and for the very real possibility that their bodies might not be able to keep up with their incredible willpower. Their story isn't over, but this new chapter feels like it's going to be the toughest yet. Did the CIA hide this footage to protect the twins' privacy? Or is there something far more disturbing they didn't want the world to know? Could this be a glimpse into a deeper truth they're keeping from us? Tell us your thoughts, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more.